Tyler, thank you for joining me to share a video with our employers to help them learn how to best connect and engage with our students over virtual recruiting. So we're just going to jump right in. First thing I would like to ask you is, what is the most important thing that you would recommend to employers when recruiting virtually?
And to keep it short, I think having a slide deck to keep you on pace is great. Only 10 slides is perfect. But our students are in Zoom classrooms all day, so the less it can be like a lecture and the more engaging it can be, the better. So 10-15 minutes for your info session portion, and then kick it off to Q&A.
That's fantastic. Keep it short. Good advice. In terms of who you recommend being on the call, could you give me some insight?
Yeah, any hiring managers or recruiters are obviously great candidates because they're going to have all the information about timelines and interview process and resumes and all the great information. But also have any recent Citadel grads or just any recent hires you've made. I think students really like seeing young, recent college grads that are in the working world, and they have, makes it tangible that they got this job and they were just a college student last year.
Yeah, that's fantastic advice. And I do recall from the fall having young employees on the call. Students can see and visually make that leap from where they are to where they want to be. Great advice. And in terms of the content, what content should employers share that you have seen make the most impact with students?
Right. I think anything about the application process is big because that's the scariest part, I think, to the students. And so they definitely do want to learn about the culture and what the day-to-day looks like at your company, but they really enjoy getting some kind of nugget of information, whether about a resume or about the interview process, that they can take with them and make action on that today. So if you only like one-page resumes and I have a two-page resume, I got to figure out a way to get that shorter. Or if you have a unique interview process, I can go and start preparing for that type of interview.
That's fantastic feedback. In terms of engagement, if students are not talking, one of the things I recommend that I've learned in presenting virtually is don't be afraid to call on students to ask them, because when you put them on the spot, they're going to introduce themselves and talk. So great feedback. For those not familiar recruiting via Zoom or Microsoft Teams, give me an idea of what to expect.
Sure. Hopefully we'll have lots of students already ready and on the Zoom call to engage with you. We had about a little over 10 students per session. In our fall career fair, some obviously had more. So we're hoping for similar numbers this spring. I think, get on the call a few minutes early. We'll have a slide up to kind of that says the meeting will start soon to prevent any awkward pre-Zoom introductions. And then we'll kick it over to you to give you 15 to 20 minutes for your info session. And then we'll do a Q&A. And then we also like for you to share your background and introduce yourself at the end.
Okay, good. I was going to ask that because you mentioned keeping it short. So when should I share information about myself?
Yes, at the end, we like to have a call to action at the end. We're really encouraging our students to follow up after the career fair. They're not getting to meet you in person or shake your hand or get a business card. So we're really encouraging all the employers to share their best way to get contacted, whether it's LinkedIn, email, whatever you prefer. If you can have a slide with that information, and we're encouraging our students to follow up with you. And I think that's the best way for them to meet you, get to know you, and follow up to set up hopefully an interview.
Great. Thank you for these quick tips. Any last parting words?
No, I'm looking forward to a great event in a few weeks here.
All right. Thank you, Tyler.